Are we ever going to escape the endless cycle of Leafs need to move money? It feels like a broken record, doesn't it? Every offseason, every trade deadline, the Toronto Maple Leafs find themselves in a familiar, almost comical dance with the salary cap. Just when you think they might be settling down, another intriguing, head-scratching, and frankly, expensive trade idea pops up, promising to solve one problem while potentially creating another. Today, we're dissecting a proposal that has a hockey world buzzing. A 2-for-1 deal that could see the Leafs add a significant, albeit perplexing, piece to their puzzle. Picture this. The Toronto Maple Leafs, in a bold maneuver, acquire center Jesperi Kotkaniemi from the Carolina Hurricanes. In return, heading south to Raleigh would be two familiar faces from the Leafs forward core, Max Domi and Calle Jarnkrok. On the surface, it sounds like a classic buy low, sell high scenario, or perhaps more accurately, buy low on potential, sell high on cap relief. Heavy.com, the source of this fascinating concept, suggests that Toronto would indeed be getting the best player in Kotkaniemi, but with significant asterisk. His contract is widely considered one of the NHL's less desirable deals. Meanwhile, Carolina sheds that weighty contract, but in doing so, takes on two active NHL players. It's a high-stakes gamble for both general managers, a true chess match on the ice and in the books. Let's break down the mechanics of this proposed swap. For the Maple Leafs, the prize is Jesperi Kotkaniemi, a player whose journey has been anything but linear. A former third overall pick in 2018, Kotkaniemi has yet to consistently live up to the lofty expectations that come with such a high draft pedigree. He's entering the fourth year of a colossal 8-year, $38.56 million contract, carrying an average annual value AV of $4.82 million, with 5 years remaining after the season. Last year, he put up a modest 12 goals and 21 assists for 33 points in 78 games. For Toronto, the hope would be that a change of scenery, and perhaps a different role, could unlock the potential that's clearly there. He could slot in as a third-line center, or perhaps even more intriguingly, as a second-line left winger, a position where he might find more offensive freedom. On the other side of the ledger, the Hurricanes would welcome Max Domi, who would effectively replace Kotkaniemi in their lineup. Domi, known for his fiery competitive spirit and physical edge, is entering the second year of a 4-year, $15 million deal, carrying a $3.75 million AV. He brings a similar offensive output, having recorded 8 goals and 25 assists for 33 points in 74 games last season, but with an added layer of grit and intensity that Carolina's system often thrives on. Joining Domi would be Calle Jarnkrok, a versatile forward who is in the final year of his 4-year, $8.4 million contract, with a $2.1 million AV. Jarnkrok will provide reliable bottom-six depth, a valuable commodity for any contending team looking for consistent effort and penalty-killing prowess. For Carolina, this deal is less about acquiring star power and more about financial flexibility and adding complementary pieces. Now, let's talk about the Maple Leafs' perpetual cap tightrope walk. General Manager Brad Treliving has been quite open about the team's need to move money around. With an abundance of forwards, names like Jarnkrok, David Kampf, and Nick Robertson have been swirling in the trade rumor mill for weeks. The Leafs have also been heavily linked to unrestricted free agent Jack Roslovic, a player NHL insider Elliot Friedman recently highlighted as the best available player remaining. Friedman noted that Toronto is trying to move money around before making any further significant additions. This proposed Kotkaniemi trade fits that narrative perfectly. It's not just about shedding salary. It's about shedding salary while acquiring an asset that, with the right coaching and environment, could still develop into a key contributor. It's a calculated risk, betting on a former top pick to find his game, but also provides a potential solution to their forward depth and cap constraints. From the Carolina Hurricanes' vantage point, this deal offers a clear path to shedding a contract that hasn't quite panned out. Remember, Kotkaniemi famously joined Carolina via an offer sheet in 2021, a move the Montreal Canadiens opted not to match. Since then, despite flashes of brilliance, he hasn't consistently delivered the offensive punch or the dominant two-way play expected of a player with his draft pedigree and contract. NHL trade rumors insider Rob Couch explicitly named Kotkaniemi as a trade candidate, stating that while the Hurricanes don't necessarily need the cap space, they will be happier making the move before his contract expires. With 5 years left on his deal and no trade protection until next year, Kotkaniemi is an attractive target for teams desperate enough to take a chance on a former third overall pick who might simply need a change of scenery. His career totals of 76 goals and 118 assists for 194 points in 476 games show a player who can contribute, but perhaps not at the level his current AV suggests. So where does this leave us? This proposed trade is a fascinating microcosm of the modern NHL, where financial strategy often dictates personnel decisions as much as on-ice talent. For the Maple Leafs, it's a high-risk, high-reward play, potentially adding a skill forward with untapped potential while navigating their ever-present cap challenges. For the Hurricanes, it's about optimizing their roster, gaining financial flexibility, and adding reliable depth. It's a move that could alter the landscape for both franchises, offering a fresh start for Kotkaniemi and new roles for Domi and Jarnkrok. What do you make of this potential blockbuster, Toronto and Carolina fans? Is this the kind of bold move the Maple Leafs need to finally push them over the top? Or is Kotkaniemi's contract too much of a gamble? And for Hurricanes fans, would you be happy to see Kotkaniemi move on, even if it means taking on 2 new contracts? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth analysis and breaking news. We're always here to keep you informed and entertained.